If band names were literal, what would be the worst concert to attend? You'd probably want to stay away from the entire genre of death metal. Revocation wouldn't be so bad. They'd just turn you away. Emperor wouldn't be so bad either. Just gotta remember to pay fealty. Panic at the Disco. I don't wanna be trampled. Even worse about it is the exclamation mark. Panic at the Disco. Massive Attack. That could be interpreted a couple of different ways. In the audio sense, it would just be the stage power supply struggling to keep up with the huge transients the guys are throwing at it. Band of Horses would be funny. What? It's a Bojack Horseman tribute band. They sing to the Bojack, the theme from Horsin' Around. Then a bunch of Sir Alan's early stuff. Who can forget the old classic, a horse is a horse. Of course. Of course. Apostrophe. The Dead Kennedys would stink. Not worse than the Dead Milkmen. The stage would be someone's backyard with a big lizard in it along with a bitchin' Camaro in the driveway. Please don't let me be the only one. Edit. Thanks for the replies. I live in the immediate area where the DM are from and JJT is the older brother of one of my high school friends. I was chauffeured to my senior prom class of 87 in the bitchin' Camaro. Spent a lot of time playing video games and buying Definition Leopard t-shirts. A bitchin' Camaro? You mean the one they drove up here from the Bahamas? Franz Ferdinand. Pretty boring to watch the guy's corpse. No, you watch him get shot by some Eastern European dude in the audience. Napalm Death. Acid bath also sounds pretty unpleasant. I heard the scream of the butterfly when I was in high school and all my clothes turned black. If I took this cigarette and put it out on you, would you love me? I haven't heard that album in 25 years, but those lines from Jezebel have been stuck in my head ever since. That whole damn album is phenomenal. Such an underrated band, man. Weezer. A bunch of people having asthma attacks on stage, supported by Massive Attack. On the upside, just imagine what a Nirvana concert would be like. And Sublime. What about Sublime with Rome? Just a very pleasant, but crowded toga party. R.E.M. would be a total snooze fest. Absolutely orgasmic for insomniacs. It's not literally a cradle of filth. Oh, no. That would be horrible. Apostrophe. An ill wind is blowing. Last night I was stirred from my slumber by a crow calling 3 times. Caw, caw. Well, you know what a crow sounds like. Passing to my window, I trod on a piece of Lego. Oh, it went right in the heel. Turning on my television set, I noticed the reception wasn't great. Not terrible, just not great. Hear me well. No good can come of your trip to the theater tonight. No good at all. Apostrophe. I'm gonna put it out there that episode is the funniest single episode of any show I've ever seen. When Jen turned away from Roy and Moss was behind the bar, I had to pause the show to compose myself. That is one of my favorite scenes in a brilliant episode. Once a year, my wife and I watch the whole series. Always makes us laugh. Talking heads would be a bit surreal. Imagining they are just heads in jars, as depicted on Futurama. Toadies could be rather dull to watch. Assuming you could even see a group of toads sitting up on the stage might be a challenge to find a big enough venue for Phantom Planet. Man, it would be a band composed of news anchors and commenters of the day. Walter Cronkite on lead. It would probably be okay until Andy Roon is screeching solo near the end of the first set. After that, Dan rather slow, plodding bass work would be a relief. 10,000 maniacs. A crowd of that many nutcases would certainly trouble me. I've counted, and I only see 999 maniacs in this crowd. Diarrhea Planet, with Infant Annihilator as the opening act. LMAO. Diarrhea Planet is a band. Yes, nicest dudes in the world. We opened for them back in the day, and during our first song I broke a string. I ran off the stage to grab a new one, and one of their guitarists stopped me, handed me his guitar, and told me he'd have mine restrung by our next song. One of the best live acts ever. I think they got to play their last shows at the Ryman opening for Jason Isbell, if I'm not mistaken. I was taking an Uber in Athens a long time ago, and Diarrhea Planet had their name on the outside of a venue we were driving by. My Uber driver was an older guy and said, "Jesus Christ, Diarrhea planet. What the hell is that? Gave me a really good laugh. Cannibal corpse. Cattle decapitation. Infant annihilator. Anal dissected angel. Dying fetus. The butthole surfers. How big are the surfers? It depends. How big are the buttholes? Enough to fit a surfboard in. Cow or bunghole? Dude. Not sure it would be worth seeing Rush. They'd either hurry through their songs and be done in 10 minutes or you'd get Rush Limbaugh. Korn would be very boring. Not unless you're a Warhammer enthusiast and enjoy chairs of unreasonable size and questionable construction material. Edit. While I forgot Korn was spelt with an H, I still find the image of Korn deciding to drop the H, go vegan, convert his throne of skulls to con, and starting a one-man scat metal band amusing. So my comment stands. Korn for the corn throne, kernels for the popcorn god. He said corn, not corn. Damn heretics. Airborne toxic event. I feel like in 2020, we had that concert over and over and over again. Those fuckers have been touring non-stop and keep making shameless spin-offs too. Gonna have to go with Infant Annihilator. Good thing I don't have any infants to bring for Infant Annihilator. No, it's an infant that does the annihilation of everything. That's pretty much what they do naturally anyway. You show up for the concert, but they tell you it's next week. Next week. Same story. It's scheduled for next Saturday. You're never actually going to hear Future Sound of London. Nice build up. 98 degrees, that's just too hot to enjoy anything. It may get really lit when they tour outside North America. Loaded dipper. I knew this would pop up. Exploded diaper. All over the place. Exploded dipper. They might be giants. Can you imagine the suspense? Are they? Or aren't they? I like to imagine it's that they are like 6FT9 and somebody is debating on whether or not that counts as a giant, while their buddy insists no, it's 7+. We have these definitions for a reason, Joel. Fucking Joel. What about the Strokes? Just a bunch of dudes on stage suffering strokes. Edit. You guys are a bunch of perverts, LMAO. Or a bunch of dudes on stage stroking it? Guess your idea is more correct. As soon as I read his choice, this is the exact direction I thought it was going. Thank you for upholding my faith in Reddit. Nuclear assault. Iron Maiden comes to mind. Iron Maiden? Excellent. Air guitars frantically. Execute them. Bogus. The Smiths. There would be, like, 5 million people on stage. They'd be smelting up there. Spice Girls wouldn't be the worst, but imagine watching a load of girls on Spice. So just watching the binge it. Edit. Thanks for the June love. I've been waiting for it to take hold for decades. The Presidents of the United States of America. If we are keeping it to the living, and Miss Jefferson's sexy violin, or dueling pianos with Nixon and Truman, that's saxophone, ukulele, and Obama on vocals, while W does chalk drawings behind them. I guess Trump can dance awkwardly off to the side. This was a weird way to learn that Jimmy Carter plays the ukulele. I'm a bit older, but I'm thinking Anthrax would be a great show. Nobody survived. Well, this got popular. Notman strong. I'd be itching to get out of there. You might be caught in the mosh, though. Let's eat grandma. The Killers. Is it just a concert on death row? I dunno. But somebody told me, oh wait, it was Jenny. She was a friend of mine. They'll have a guest singer joining them, and I hear he's quite a star. Tame Impala. Just an Impala chillin' there for hours and everyone just staring at it. Insane Clown Posse would be terrifying. I feel like that's already pretty literal. I've never met a Jagala with their head screwed on right. The Upstanding Citizen Clown Posse. Shaggy Don't Do Dope and Anti-Violence J. Shaggy Hope and Smilin J. Limp Bizkit only one step up from Soggy Biscuit. When I was in high school I was told that Limp Bizkit is named after a game similar to a circle jerk, where a bunch of sailors jack off on a biscuit and the last one to come has to eat the biscuit. I have no idea if this is true, and I'm too lazy to search the internet. It's true. In my hometown, it was called a key cookie, and we all played it because the only pot dealer in town insisted you play it before he'd sell you weed. That's when it's time to grow your own. Gorillas, although I could be wrong. That would be the best one. Anthrax has got to be the worst one. Runners up, Megadeth GBH, Grievous Bodily Harm, Rateman Edit, Spelling, yay, Megadeth, literally meaning a million deaths, came to mind first. $UICIDEBOY $ would be a very short-lived concert, but the trauma of witnessing that, forever. Sum 41 would just be something like 27 plus 14 on a whiteboard. That's why they should just rename as the sums. Yeah, smoke. Huh. Well, yeah, do now. Smoke 'em up there. Johnny, what's your name? Not anymore, it's not. It's Sven. It's great. It's great. This music video was my youth. Underscore. Slayer. It just be a split scene Halo match. Pistols on Hang 'em High. The Who? Question mark? Lots of confused audience members. Just a band with Alzheimer's asking each other who they are. Who are you? Who? Skillet. Flock of seagulls. It would be like going to see Gallagher. You need a plastic poncho to go see them. Wouldn't Smashing Pumpkins be the Gallagher show? LMFAO. Just watching guys laugh hysterically about nothing would get old fast. Edit. Actually watching their asses fall off from laughter would be kind of terrifying. Rob Zombie? This might not be that different than real life actually. Jimmy Eat World would be an odd choice to attend, unless mukbangs are your thing. Well, they would eat the whole world. Whoop, Lady Gaga. Just a grown woman making baby noises and you have to like it, or she'll cry and scream like a baby. So a Yoko Ono concert? Chuck Berry has left the chat. Gotta go find some hookers to pee on. Chuck Berry, probably. Slipknot. Just literally a slipknot. Sex Pistols. Alternatively, Smashing Pumpkins might make for a fun set. Edit. Thank you to all 176. 42,069 of you who decided to not read each other's responses and tell me about Gallagher. Edit 2. So many additional upvotes and messages about Gallagher. I played you suckers like a fiddle. Bare Naked Ladies probably get a much larger fan base. Well, BNL is already triple platinum. Oh, they're BNL now. We need a shorthand for the Bare Naked Ladies. That's how fundamental they are. Maybe we all need some space to pull the knife out of the back of the most celebrated Canadian alt-rock band of the mid-90s. You selfish, jaded ass. Perhaps not the worst concert, but and you will know us by the Trail of Dead would be the worst experience trying to make it to the venue. Poison. /TC. But the atmosphere would be electric. And when they played Thunderstruck it would just be a literal description of what was happening. 9 Inch Nails. Guess that would hurt. Meatloaf. That would either be the absolute best or absolute worst meatloaf ever. I would do anything for grub. Sex Bob Bomb. We are here to make you think about death and get sad and stuff. 123. For grunge barcodes intensify. It'll be your garbage man. Screaming Trees. R.I.P. Mark Lanigan. Garbage. Sperm Swamp. It's just Ops funky smelling laundry basket on stage. Edit. Who nice my first award. Can't believe no one has said Smash Mouth yet. Does not sound fun. Ramstein, Ramming Stone, or Rolling Stones. A lot of now very flat people. They're also named after the city with the famous deadly air shower disaster. So there's that too. Wow, I was curious, so I looked it up. 67 people on the ground died? Wild. https n.m. Wikipedia. org/wiki/Ramstein_air_show_disaster.